Hey, Snakeo here with another figure review. This time we have got the Transformers Prime Deluxe Starscream First Edition. This figure I've actually not got that long ago actually, it was like earlier this month. Yeah, earlier this month. And it was just never really got around to it. Money's been tight lately, so I really can really get what I can, so it's quite cheap, and then presto change it. But after I got the Voyager Starscream, which I will show you in a bit, I decided I definitely wanted the Deluxe one, because the Voyager one is just too big for my Transformers collection scale. And this guy is a very, very diddy little plane. For example, here is Robots in Disguise Bumblebee. And as you can see, he's very diddy indeed. To be honest, probably a bit more of a realistic size for vehicle mode would be the Voyager, which is here. Basically the Voyager is a lot bigger. You realistically could fit a person of this scale in here, maybe. But we'll come to that in a bit. So yeah, I don't know. Let's just do the size comparisons firstly. So, like I said, there's a Bumblebee. Bumblebee's got a bit of height over the body, but the tail fins stick up taller. Here he is against the Robots in the Sky Vehicle. Similar thing, a bit of height in the body, but tail's taller. Oh, Bumblebee's rolling. Here we have Dreadwing, Voyager Dreadwing. Nose to nose. You can see Voyager Dreadwing is just absolutely massive compared to it. Here we have Megatron Voyager, Robots in Disguise, again massive compared. And then finally here's Voyager counterpart. Like I said, this one is just massive. It's a very, very diddy little plane. But he's a really nice little plane. He's got some great details, and the shape of him is not too bad. He's a bit bottom big, if that makes sense, and his legs are quite clearly there. But you know, that's the problem with plane transformations, because planes are such flimsy little vehicles. To get what you need in them is quite difficult. But they've done it with this, and yeah, I think it looks okay. Like I said, it's a bit bulky, but it's not bad at all. It's still quite slimlined, and it's not that noticeable what it is. It's got the little Decepticon logo there. His chest piece is there, so you can see like the little almost eyes. It kind of looks like a face if you ask me. It's got a rubber nose cone, rubber missiles, that, and rubber knee blades and rubber head blades, which I'll show you in a bit. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I can really say. It's a really, I think it's a nice looking little transformer. I just don't know which one I want to use in my scale. So without further ado, let's move on to onto the transformation. So to transform him, you need to separate the wings and hinge them out, according them out just there. Now you need to move the wings quite a lot. You then want to separate the legs. Now they've got pegged in here and they're pegged in at the ankle, so you just need to like pull them apart. See that peg there, and that peg just there. Pull that apart, bring them forward a bit. They then need to unpeg these two bits from here. Then while you've got it like that, you need to rotate on this swivel here, a full 180, like that. You then need to accordion this piece down or up, which you want to do. Basically you want to accordion these pegs, need to go into them holes just there. So as you can see, pegs into holes. You then need to rotate the whole of the cockpit around, just like that. Okay, we will do the legs last. Okay, what you then want to do is grab these two, let's do it this way, grab these two blades and pull them out. And if I get his legs out of the way, you can see. So that just came out like that. They hinge just on here, they're on a ball here. Now you want to bring the wings back a bit, get them a bit out of the way. You then grab this entire assembly after you've unpegged the arms, grab this entire assembly and bring it all the way down, and it hinges on this part here. Okay, then bring the whole waist here forward like that, so there's a little bend just there, and then you can bring it all the way down and bring the head up, which hinges just there. Once you've got the head up, keep that bent forward, and then you want to put these two pegs just here, these two here, go into these two holes just here. Once you get that lined up, you can then bring the head forward. We'll do that in a minute actually, just to finish up his back. You want to separate the tail fin. Ow, that was quite sharp. Bring that to there. You want to bring the thruster down, all the way down, and then rotate it round there. Let me just bring this light up a bit. Okay, that then pegs into there, and that's his back pretty much done. Take off the missiles. Okay, now as you can see from this view, the shoulders are on little balls there, so bring them down and then rotate them round like that, and then you want to accordion the wings back, shoulders down, and then you can hinge the wing up like that. So bring that out, hinge, it's on a hinge there as well, so hinge down, just rotate the ball round, and then you want to accordion the wing back and then hinge it up there. You can then clip the neck, will peg in, that there will peg in there. It's quite a hard one, that one. Right, straighten up a bit. Then we can fold in these parts, they just fold in like that. And this is the part I don't like. You see this metal pin here? That is slide to there, so you need to basically pull this part while holding this part. I do not like this because it's quite a tight, it's actually easy to keep it open while you do it. It's actually quite a tight joint, and then you just go there, like that, and I'm ever so worried because it's putting a hell of a lot of stress on, it's putting a lot of stress on this and on this, and I do not like it. And I've tried scratching a little bit out to make it a bit easier, but it doesn't seem to have worked much. Anyway, same on this side. That one's a bit easier. Rotate them around, spin the hands out. Put the missiles, then go on to, these were the tail, the side wings. I don't know, called the back wings. The missiles then go into them. Like that. And then finally, bring the knee blades up, and then open the feet. They're on double, two pieces that open out. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have, if I get him to stand, he's got quite small feet and you have to get him just right. We have Starscream, the Lieutenant of the Decepticons. And I think this is just a great looking figure. I think he looks really well to how he appears in the show. You can't stand him up anymore, so he's constantly hunched over, but you know, Starscream is constantly hunched over, so standing him up as straight as I can get him is about that. Now if I put him back there and we lift the camera up a bit and I bring old Megatron, as you can see, Megatron quite clearly towers Starscream, and they look very good together. Just one second. We have the Voyager Starscream, and he is just absolutely massive compared. So the real the real size comparison scale-wise is the Deluxe Starscream. Maybe the vehicle one is probably better for this one, but as you can see, robot mode, this one definitely fits in a lot better with the rest of the figures. But you know, I don't know, just hurt myself. But you can, that's for you guys to decide. But I personally am going to use this guy in my collection. I don't know if I'm going to use him at all. Haven't decided yet. I might keep him for vehicle mode. A few of the size comparisons is, here is Dreadwing. Again, he's really big. If I had the other one, he'd be taller. And here is a Veercon. If I put Megatron over to the side, you see I'm trying to keep all the Decepticons when I do the reviews. So, you know, I think he looks very, very cool, very, very good in that scale. Let's get these out of the way. Okay, I have a bit of trouble with my camera here, bear with me. Right, there we go. Right, so let's go over his details. His face sculpt is actually pretty cool. It's got a nice little like smirky smile. It's like half-cocked smile. This should actually be red, but it's a soft rubber. You can actually get from Shapeways a kit which gives you a single missile plus the triple missiles. The 3 spikes, the 2 knees and the horn, and it also gives you a cannon to put on here, which will then be a solid plastic opposed to this rubber stuff if that's what you prefer, and I will buy that set at some point. So yeah, moving on. So it looks very, very, very good to the actual show. His chest looks pretty cool. It's got like the hoses that come down here, everything, some great details. It's got this little lumpy bit which is the landing gear, which is a bit weird, same as these are from the landing gear. But his feet are very, very cool. The only thing that basically doesn't have is in the show, his backpack isn't this big. It's nowhere near that bulky. And he doesn't have the tail sticking out of the bottom, if I remember rightly. But apart from that, I think he is really, really spot on. Oh, of course, and the triple missiles. Not sure what else I could say. Just looks so cool. His articulation, the head is on a ball, and it can go very far back, so you can look pretty much straight up if you want to like have him in a flying pose like this. You know, like the G1 used to that. There's no light piping, and you can go around full 360, but you have to kind of lift it because his chin snags, as you can see. The shoulders are on hinge there, so they can go up from this hinge here. We're a bit out of focus. There we go. And they're also on a ball, so you can do full 360. Plus, they can go out like that. There's a bicep swivel, so you can rotate around at the bicep. They have a over 90 degrees bend at the elbow, and then you kind of, due to transformation, you get kind of like a bit of a hinge there, only that far. But you can use that like to bow to Lord Megatron. Looks pretty good. No rotation in the glove or the wrist. He has a double hinge on the wrist due to transformation. So you can go down that far. You can bring it down like that if you wanted. You can accordion it down, I guess, if you really wanted to. I generally leave it like that. You can't go up any further because that's blocking it, obviously. Nothing in the waist, so it looks like an ab crunch not there. It has a waist rotation, but it's due to transformation and it looks very, well, weird. You know, it's not pivoting where it should do. It pivots actually on the nose cone, so that looks very weird. So I wouldn't bother that. He has T-cut hips, so you can get a Spartan kick of about that, if you can see that. Split kick, not that great because of the armour to there. He has thigh swivel, but it's very tight, only to there, so that's very tight. He has 90-degree bend in here in the knee. Nothing in the boot, no rotation in the ankle. And then he has a 2-point articulation, his heel and his toe. Can articulate that much, and then you can close it that much. So you could. The funny thing is they can't go past each other, so that can't come lower, and that can't come higher. So you could basically have them forward like that, or back like that. But these middle kind of heels, if you will get in the way. I don't know what you want to call them. The best way I find to flatten out his foot is put these two down and then bring them two down. All in all, it's got a great articulation. Well, I guess you can include his wings as articulation as well, because they all move individually. Great articulation, great look, great scale in my opinion. It's just generally a really, really cool figure. The shame you can't do his like little finger for when he does his missile. But that's pretty cool. I don't know why they gave him 3 missiles. Let's have a quick look at these. They're very kind of blah, to be honest. There's no real wow sculpt in them whatsoever. And like I said, they're very soft rubber, so they're constantly getting bent. So yeah, we shall see if I do get that Shapeways pack. There's so much I want from there. And money just doesn't like me right now. Excuse me. Stand him up. Stand. Yeah, like I said, he's actually a really cool figure. I would recommend him over the RID version, simply because of, well, everything I've mentioned. So let's change him back. So let's change it back, take off the missiles, fold down the knees, spikes so they don't get in the way, collapse the toes, and then you want to bend the hands in like that on the double point, bring out the wing, and you want to line up basically like that. So you want to basically have it point in so the missile bit is on the outside. Then push them together gently but firmly. And it's kind of hard because you're pushing against a spike. I just don't like doing it. The wing's in the way as well. There we go. So all I did there is I grabbed it with my finger and then I used my thumb like this. It's a bit, found it a bit easier. Okay, so after you do that, get them ready to go. We then need to bring the wings out and down and open hinge them, accordion them out, get them out of the way. Then we want to bring this entire back assembly out. So that's supposed to be pegged in there. So unpeg that, extend this. You want to close these wings together. You want to rotate that around like that. And then you want to unhinge the neck, which mine's already done. But just unpeg that. Bring that to there. It's kind of hard to show you with these wings in the way. And then you want to unpeg these two bits from the chest. There you go. Once you've done that, put the chin to the joint like that, and then get that all the way down right in there. And then, my bad, you have to kind of put it flat like that. So point him up. So you point it up, sorry, like that. This wing's right in the way, I do apologise. Okay, once you've got it looking up like that, then you can put it down, and then it will clasp in there. Then you can bring the torso bit, unbend that, bring that down, and bring the head into there. And then you want to extend all of this to about there, and leave that there. Bring the wings all the way down so they're out of the way. Constantly moving the wings, like Megatron shoulder pads all over. Right, now you need to rotate these up, and then you want to have them kind of like at that angle, so these bits are facing outwards like that. So, and then want to close these hinges on the shoulders all the way up, and this is where you have to do your lining up job. These two tabs need to go into this hole here. So that's where you have to line up and kind of accordion the tail part up while pushing the arms in, get it all nice and flush, and then that should be that. I feel like it wants to go more, but no, I think that's about right. Yeah, that's about right. And then you can bring the wings up, get them out of the way, up, accordion, lock into place. So just accordion on these parts and then put them into place. Then you need to rotate the nose part around. That clicks into place there. Then you want to unhinge a double peg from here, and that will just accordion down, rotate on that swivel there. It's a bit catchy. Then accordion it forward and go back in the very same holes. After you've done that, bring the legs. Wrong holes. I was like, what am I missing? They go into these back holes here. So in robot mode they go in them holes, and in the vehicle mode they go in them holes. Don't know how with it. Robot mode, vehicle mode. So coordinate back. There you go, that's them in there. Then line up the legs with those peg holes that I showed you at the beginning of the video. So one in there, one in there, one in there, and one in there. And that's it. Oh, and put the missiles. They go back on the wings. They don't clip into place, just hold by friction, but they hold very nicely. And there we have Starscream back in his vehicle mode. And yeah, like I said, I really like this figure. I'm very happy that I got him. I do think he is a better incarnation of the figure opposed to the Robots Disguised Voyager version. So I would recommend picking this one up like most first editions, but that's entirely your choice. Anyway guys, as per usual, thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe and leave your comments below. Bye bye.